That is you, isn't it, Isaac? You say to him, you're a dickhead, you fucked with the wrong person.
After you hear some shit like that, it's over, my nigga. You better fucking pray to whoever you believe in, cause shit.
You got his phone?
Same voice, posted from your Snapchat, and that is a picture of Abby.
Why? Why put them in your snap? Niggas do it to themselves, man. But listen, this video was requested. Young Dizz featured on BBC's Pause.
Just say BCC, bro.
The Met Police London documentary. So this is 10 minutes. Not that long. Got a lot of views though, because of the nigga name and the title. But about to see.
Threaten them. We know that they've been following some of the kids off at some of the school gates. We've had to put extra resources in and around that covert and over to try and manage that risk.
The team believe that gang member Isaac Donker is recruiting young teenagers to carry out violence.
We are doing proactive investigations around Isaac Donker. So we know he's very active in terms of rap videos and Snapchat.
Donker is a key player in the gang and is well known as a drill artist.
You niggas think that the fans don't be watching this shit?
Nah, they know.
But you gotta be there. Okay. That's not what you want to say.
Which references to chefing people, which is another street term for stabbing people. He talks about the kidnap squad being at your door. His status as a well-known drill artist allows him to...
He really said kidnap squad, like he really does this on a daily.
You guys trappers, you guys drillers, you guys kidnappers.
We be holding niggas for ransom, man.
Recruit young people, and that process will take place by buying them things, taking them out for meals, paying them, and then eventually Isaac will want something in return for that. Whether that be going out and carrying out an act of violence, or whether it will be moving drugs or guns around. And you know, we speak to the parents of these young men. They don't understand how their son can go from someone playing football with his mates to full-on gang member going out stabbing someone. It is a grooming process. We want to know who he is. We want to know about his associates. We want to know about his family. We want to know everything about him.
You want to know everything about him.
Tonight, the detectives plan to follow Donker to try to get evidence of him
The
grooming
fuck is
children.
that? This is an
Got a
1822, nigga.
operation ongoing, so that's what
Look
we're
at the car he's in.
to kind of gather intelligence on him because of his position
I
as the head of the gang, as somebody who we believe is instigating violence, and he's recruiting young kids to commit that violence on their behalf.
We can't have another drug dealing plot along here. The Ladbrokes here on the left is where you get a lot of them hanging out. That's where a lot of our gang nominals, it's recruitment ground for them. And you feel for the parents because they do their best to prevent their kids. They're sort of caught up with it all as well because they live on the estate and no one grasses each other up.
They got a flat. Damn, there's one building in the whole area.
The surveillance operation identifies 15 teenagers detectives believe have been groomed by Donker.
And they are aged between 14 and 17, and they are at a number of schools and across across both Newham and in Barking. We've got at least 15 individuals. They're all at risk of being...
He's stepping out. 2 Benz, like.
You're bugging.
Yeah, I said Benz. 2 Beamers.
No, you're bugging. That's a Benz and a Beamer. That's a Mercedes. That's a Beamer.
Oh, I'm back.
Yeah,
He's back. My fault, yeah.
He's drippy. Heard him.
Nah, he's definitely drippy though for that.
Killed or killing, and as we go into summer, that risk increases exponentially. As we found out last summer, we have to throw everything at it to remove these really ghastly individuals who sit at the centre of these gangs. If we can take them off the streets for 6 to 8 years, that is what we'll do.
Nigga, that's... I ain't gonna do nothing, nigga.
Effectively forced to strip naked. He's beaten with a metal pole, beaten around various parts of his body. He's strangled, and then he's instructed to phone his mum, his dad, and demand £1,500 from them.
Trident detectives have intelligence that the man who kidnapped him is Isaac Donker. After a manhunt, he's arrested in his car in a nearby shopping centre.
Yeah, that's not funny, but...
Can I take your surname, young man? You won't kill him. Sorry? You won't kill him. GBH. The victim was kidnapped. He was assaulted, boiling hot water was poured on him. And
he's been to that many times.
Detectives believe the victim has been groomed by Donker. As with many new recruits, demands are soon made for them to pay money to older gang members. During the kidnap, the victim was tortured and demands were made to pay Donker the £1,500.
And the gang are telling him he owes the money, and this is a pretty familiar thing. Once young men get involved in gangs, before they know it, they've got a debt to that gang, and that means they're beholden to them, and that means they'll be enticed to commit further criminality. In this case, we had a young a teenager who's prepared to actually say, no, I'm not going to do that. To stand his ground. He could have suffered terribly. He suffered torture.
You have a street name, I understand. What is your street name? We believe your street name to be Young Dizz. The victim says that when he gets into the car, he immediately recognises the driver as Young Dizz. Is that you? That is you, isn't it, Isaac? You say to him, you're a dickhead, you fucked with the wrong person.
After you hear some shit like that, it's over, my nigga. You better fucking pray to whoever you believe in, cause shit, niggas fucking staying.
Continue to say no comment.
Of course, nigga.
What do you mean by that, Isaac? Why would you say that? He then says that you come back a few minutes later with a boiling kettle, and that you go to pour it over his head. I feel like it's all coming on top of it at the moment, Isaac. Or are you just sitting there planning on how you're going to get this victim to withdraw the statement? I'm not saying to show you, Isaac.
1,500 though?
Because whether you turn this victim
Yeah,
or
that's
not,
like 16, 17.
it's not going to matter.
The detectives find distressing footage of the kidnap and torture on the suspect's phone.
Oh, you're a fraud, my boy. You're a fraud.
Come closer. Yo, turn your face a bit here because I can't slap it. So that's you talking
His
now,
whole
Isaac?
voice.
I can hear that's you talking because I can hear it from your no comments. Same voice, posted from your Snapchat, and that is a picture of Wavy.
Why? Why put it in your snap? Niggas do it to themselves. Like.
And then you say, come closer, come closer. I can't smack you properly unless you come closer. So you're laughing there, Isaac. Get on your knees, bro. Can you There we go. Picture the face, mate. That's on your phone. That's your voice. That's your Snapchat account. That's you filming that. That I'm going to play to the judge and to the jury. What you got to say about that, Isaac?
Can I speak to my sister on private?
Just going to pause the tape.
The phone evidence shows that Donker didn't carry out the kidnap and torture alone. 2 of a number of teenagers groomed by him are also arrested.
13.
This young man has been arrested for kidnapping, GBH. Are you any medical conditions?
No.
Mental health problems?
No.
My voice mad deep.
The younger gang members who get involved in that violence is a combination of things. I mean, part of it is, the fear, the fear of
what?
The other gang members, particularly the elders, and part of it's violence perpetuates further violence. Once you're involved, it becomes easier to do next time. As a kid gets further into a gang, it becomes part of what they do. They're fully immersed in the gang culture.
15.
This is a major breakthrough for the investigation. The new phone evidence is the proof they've been waiting for. The detectives suspect that the young boys carried out the violence and torture on Donker's orders.
Just demonstrates the control that young Dizz has over these young men. It is a grooming process, in a similar way to the way, ISIS terrorists would use the internet to groom and recruit.
They just compare him to ISIS
terrorists. It's the same process.
They're black.
You brainwash these kids. Do you go outside the school gates to go and meet them? Because that's what they do, they go to school.
You use young boys,
yourself
and they're willing to do things for you because you groom them. But I also think you do it because ultimately it all comes on top. They'll take it.
At that point, it wouldn't matter.
Find you with drugs, they'll take your drugs. You find you with weapons, they'll take your
The evidence is over.
But this time, that's not going to happen, Isaac, is it? So is there anything you want to say?
No, yeah.
He is a man who is just pure evil. It's better for us all that he is off our streets.
Pure evil.
I think, as you could imagine, it's been caused a lot of distress.
What?
Considering what our
Is that
has
nigga
been
wearing
he's holding up. He's holding up. We're doing a lot
past
of
knee shorts and a white tee?
Donker is charged with conspiracy to kidnap, false imprisonment, blackmail, and GBH. He is remanded to prison to await trial.
I really don't know what happened.
Yo, do they have bail over there?
I don't know.
I mean, I know he not getting bail.
Ask them, but this camera about to die. That's crazy.
Oh shit, that's wicked. Yeah, I think it's got bail over there.
That was a video. Alright, y'all got a little bit like, fuck that. You don't do already. Like, comment, subscribe, post notifications, social media. Go subscribe to our second channel, Wavy Duo TV. Go do that. Go do that. Let's get it. Got it.
I was born with all this drip. I came out of faucet. When they put my bro in the chain gang, I almost lost it. So much jealousy and envy, gotta be cautious. I made some M's